Good evening, race fans. Welcome to round number 7 of the Stay Tuned Sports Truck Series here at Sonoma for the Sonoma 100. Joining me here tonight is going to be Jess Story. And Jess, we're going to have ourselves a fun race tonight.
Oh, absolutely, Carlos. We're going to be turning left and right here in the Stay Tuned Sports Truck Series here at Sonoma. Wheel spin's going to be a huge issue. Tire wear's going to be a huge issue. It's going to be a very exciting race tonight.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why the race info doesn't want to show up while we are under qualifying. But as you can see, qualifying has begun. We only have just about a couple seconds left before time expires. As a quick brief look at that. But we'll take a look at that here in just a little bit. As well, we got some points we want to look at. This is round number 7, so points are starting to shape up. And you really got to stop slacking and start working your way up to make the playoffs. As you see, Ty McIntosh, your current points leader, Josh Adams right behind him by I think 18 or 17 points, or my math is a little off. Matt Gruenberg in third, Gavin Higgins in fourth, Leighton Norgard currently in fifth, James Miller 6th, Joe Francis 7th, Chris Wright 8th, Connor Thompson 9th, and hey, look at that, Jeff Green currently 10th in the standings. And that's not all. We also have the rookie standings. We'll go over just the first couple drivers, as Gruenberg is your rookie leader. Miller 2nd, Dylan Javier in 3rd, and Matt the Hack 4th. Matt the Hack Hackathorn in 4th, doing himself a good job with Jaden Reisemas in 5th place in right behind him. How much time do we have left before all right, it looks like it's over. We have transitioned on over to the starting grid. And we're going to have the intro rolling here any second now. And here we go. Tyler Fody is your pole sitter for tonight, bringing Lake Norman Motorsports another pole. Tom Byrne in second. Alongside him, in row number 2 is going to be Tate Lytle. And alongside him is going to be Matt Gruenberg, your rookie points leader. Gerald Campbell and Richie Hearn is 5th and 6th. And look at that beautiful helmet for Campbell. That's a horrible circle on my end, though. 7th is Matt Hackenthorpe. Seth Rawls has qualified for this race in 8th. Ray Bracey and Joe Francis are going to be your 9th and 10th. Jess, take it away with the rest.
Alrighty, in row number 6, we have Leighton Norgard and Chris Wright. Row number 7 has Jesse Racimus and Austin Inabit starting alongside him. Jeff Green and Michael Hosek line up in row 8. David Carpenter and Zach Evans in row number 9. Tommy Ryan, Dylan Javier, row number 10. We got Gavin Higgins and Jordan McAvoy in row number 11. Josh Adams, Andrew Hartcastle, row 12. Jeff Ryan and Michael Klein, row number 13. Starting in row number 14 is going to be Sam Boutwell and Mitchell Javier. Row 15, we have Randy McAvoy and Jaden Racimus. Row number 16, we have Dustin Dewar and Neil Rutt. And then routing out the field, starting in 33rd place, is Connor Thompson.
Yeah, well said. Also notable in the YouTube chat, entering tonight's race points leader, Ty McIntosh, is not racing tonight, as he is on the YouTube chat wishing luck to his Shift Esport teammates. He is safe and watching from his uncle's house. Of course, we wish hopefully the best and most quickest recovery for all the people affected with Hurricane Eileen's destruction. Yes, this is a fun racetrack to go through, and it's been a while since I've driven in this racetrack, especially with the trucks. What's your mostly what's your experience here handling this racetrack? Very technical and hard one to kind of do it.
Yeah, that's definitely an understatement. Not just technical too, but there's a lot of elevation change. You're driving 3,400, 3,500 pound race trucks with 700 horsepower around these tracks. Like I said earlier, wheel spin is going to be a huge issue on throttle. Keeping those rear tires managed very well is going to be crucial. And whoever can balance between that and pure pace alone, you're going to find in victory lane tonight.
Well said, well said. This right here is my favorite section of the racetrack. Drivers exit the corner and almost get up against that tire barrier wall. Every single time, I'm always scared someone's going to hit it, but nobody ever does that I've seen.
I'm in that same boat too. It's like every time I see somebody go through that corner, I always think, oh my goodness, they're going to hit the wall, but no, they don't. That's just the fine margins of that corner right there, and getting that corner right can set you up quite nicely for an overtaking opportunity into turn 7.
Get a brisk 111 degrees here. Track temperature going tonight. Very hot for an already technical track, as these drivers have to manage tires like they've never seen before.
And the pace car has pulled off. They're making their way through turn 11 right now. Fody leading them down nice and slowly. We got Tom Bourne on his outside, waiting for the flagman to get this race going. And here they come to the stripe, and the green flag is out, and we are underway here at Sonoma. Looked like the Tom Bourne, 61 of Tom Bourne got a pretty good start. He's going to be right on the inside of Tyler Fody as they head into the right-hander here in turn 1. But Fody gets away and is able to clear him and set out to an early lead.
Yeah, no issues for Tyler Fody so far, as he does have Tom right behind him, as you mentioned, but they're all single file, no real threat. Still only lap 1. In the heart of the field, however, we do see a lot of drivers going side by side into one of my favorite corners.
Oh yeah, it's definitely difficult to keep it side by side in the turn 4. It looks like everybody's behaving themselves. A couple more side by side action in the turn 7. This is a good opportunity to make some overtakes. I believe the best overtaking spots here on this track are going to be in turn 7 and then down into the hairpin in turn 12 as they make their way through the S's through the first time.
On board here with Tom Bourne, as he's looking to stay right in the back bumper of Fody going into the final corner. He looks, he's going to back off though. Yeah, still too early for that.
Definitely too early, but it's definitely something to put in the memory bank later on as he kind of washes out a little bit and Fody gets away from him.
I cannot believe they added a wall there. That really
I can't believe
me.
it. I can't believe it either. As we look through the field, it looks like everybody is single filed out. It's very respectful racing going on around this field. As we see Fody continue to build his lead, he looks like he's starting to find his rhythm and he's starting to gap that 61 truck a little bit.
Yeah, you nailed it. Tom Bourne was like about half a car to just under a car length behind, or a truck length here, from Tyler Fody on that whole first lap, and now it's kind of like doubled as we go through ITV multicam here. As we take a look at kind of the middle of the field, that's what they're doing, as we also focus on the race leaders.
Yeah, and looking at that initial start, it looked like Tom Bourne got a really good start versus Tyler Fody and was side by side with them as they were crossing the line, and in my opinion, it looked like he may have had a better start than Fody. Oh, Andrew Hardcastle off into the dirt. Gets it back going. We stay green.
Oh, something's wrong with that car. He's got the meatball flag. You could have seen it right there. His right front wheel and that whole front end assembly is destroyed. Yeah.
I mean, not very many body damage, but you could tell there's some suspension damage underneath that truck. We'll have to take a look at the replay right here.
Yep. Photography replay. Have to adjust some things here.
Oh, it looked like he just lost it on his own. That was so strange and hard into the tire barriers, and unfortunately, it looks like his race is his competitive race is pretty much over. He might be able to get that fixed and get back out there and get some points, but that's about it.
Yeah, we've seen some drivers hit that before in real life, and that will destroy your race car.
Yeah, absolutely, and especially in the S's, it's like on cold tires. They're still pretty cold tires. It's really hard to get the grip and the heat into these tires and get the grip. And just a little bit too, I don't know if he got a little bit too much on the gas or what happened, or maybe clipped the curb a little bit too hard. But it's really easy to spin these trucks out.
True indeed. Meanwhile, the top two are kind of essentially pulling away from the rest of the field, as you see Tate Lytle there, who is also just slightly pulling away from Matt Gruenberg. But yeah, these top two have checked out, as it's now we're starting to see the drivers as a whole start to spread out lately.
Oh yeah, well I'll tell you what though, Tom Bourne, he is staying right on that 40 truck of Tyler Fode. They had a little bit of a gap going the previous lap, but it looks like Bourne is starting to close that gap up a little bit and is trying to possibly size up an opportunity to overtake Fode here for the lead. Got a pretty solid exit on the exit of turn 7 right there, is following him through the S's, really trying to get on those curbs to try to get that car to rotate and get the speed out of it in those corners. He's still there. He may be able to get an opportunity here down into turn 11 if he can get a good exit right here on turn 10. It looks like he does just a little bit, but he's not close enough to possibly make a move here on Fode.
Yeah, still a little too close. Sorry, not close enough, I should say.
Fode was able to gap him a little bit there off of turn 11 right there. I've noticed that Fode's starting to kind of carry a little bit more of an arched line through that particular part of the track than what Bourne is. That could help with the overall speed going through there, and possibly help with the tire wear if he manages it correctly.
Take a look at the lap times for your top two. So right now,
yeah,
for just the last couple of laps, it does look like Bourne has been chasing him down. That first lap, Bourne lost the lot in the
look
final
right
corner.
here. He had a little look down there in the turn 7, but decided to back out of it. But looking at the lap times, definitely Bourne ever so slightly quicker, but they're really close on the timing sheet. As we go on board on the backside of Tyler Fode, it definitely looks like, from what I can see, that Fode is getting off these corners pretty decently, whereas Bourne is able to carry more speed on entry and into the middle of the corners. Like you can see right there, he gained a lot on Tyler Fode right there, but you're going to see that Fode, he's going to be able to get back into that gas ever so slightly better and get those runs off that corner to maintain that lead.
Now the question is, which one do you think is a better case in terms of tire management? Because the way I see it is, like, if you're able to put the power down more on the exit of the corner, you're also, like, I would assume, wearing out the tires more. Am I correct in that, or is what Fode doing better long run?
Yeah, theoretically, if you're able to mash the gas a little bit harder, it could potentially, especially on the shorter runs, it could be very detrimental to your tire advantage as the run goes on. But Fode is a former champion in Elite. I have no doubts that he's probably able to manage that quite well while trying to maintain a consistent pace.
I think a lot of drivers go off track, and I'm going to see if maybe we can show some of them, but it's definitely a close battle for a lot of these guys here.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm looking at this right now. This is a little bit of a train we got going on here with Chris Wright and car number 60 of Austin in Abbott. Don't mind me. I'm trying to get that right. I'm still struggling, but yeah, there's a train going on with these guys, with those two, and then Tommy Ryan starting to join the picture. Michael Hosek is just right back behind him right there. You know, this is where you gotta be able to stress patience. You know, you got to be able to be patient with how you race. Maybe find a way to try to size up your competitors. As you see, Tommy Ryan's probably going a little bit lower, might be able to get a better exit there, but stays right behind that 60. but really it's just about patience right now. There's only two realistic overtaking opportunities. Turn 4, you might be able to make an overtake there if you're a little bit aggressive with it, but like I said, definitely patience is a big virtue as they're starting to stack up a little bit. It's like a 4 or 5 car train right here.
Yeah, and we see Sam Boutwell all the way near the back of the race right now. 31st, excuse me, I had a hiccup. He had a little off-track issue, or I believe he crashed, so we're going to take a look at the replay here and see just what happened. Actually, hold your horses. Tom Bourne is right there.
Oh, and he might be able to get a good exit right here and might be able to have a look down low. Yeah, he's looking, but doesn't look like he's going to be able to get his front bumper in there, and Fode's going to maintain this lead.
Yeah, that like exit angle's too strong.
Yeah, that exit, like the idea is to try to get the power down as straight, as the wheel straight as possible as we look to see what happened to Sam Boutwell here.
Ooh, little contact from the one.
Might have had a little help there. Not sure if that maybe could have been neck code or something, but definitely had a little bit of help in looping it around.
Short did have help indeed. See if we can get the blimp camera on in here.
Have a look.
Oh, no,
oh yeah, that
looked
sure
like contact.
Yeah,
but it
yeah,
may
that
have
was
been
definitely...
a stack up too. The 11 or the 10, I can't quite see who was that car right behind the 1. May have also gone into that back bumper.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have a look at that angle. That's
no.
Yeah,
the 11 didn't do anything. That was a...
No, it was just the stack up was caused by the 1 getting into the 47. If there was any stack up right there, but other than Boutwell going around, everybody kept it clean, and of course we're still green. As that 61, he's keeping Fode honest. Like I've been impressed with how Bourne has been able to keep Fode on his toes here, and hopefully try to force a mistake out of the former champion.
Gonna be very hard, but honestly, that's the best way to do it. You gotta stand in the back bumper and press L2 to intimidate.
No, right? Like the EA Sports NASCAR days. That's But yeah, that's definitely like, and as a driver, that's something I always like doing, was trying to be aggressive and try to, force a mistake out of my competitor. And he is applying that very well right here to Fode. As we can see, the 60 a little bit squirrely off of turn 11, as Tommy Ryan looks like he's going to have a look underneath the 60. Side by side going into the 1, going into turn 1. Tommy Ryan has that position. And here comes Michael Hosek trying to look around the outside of Austin here for that position. As we see right here up towards the front, Tyler Fode still trying to hang on. Looked like the 61 just got a little bit loose right there. Probably killed a little bit of his momentum, but he's still hanging strong on the back bumper of that 40 truck. I'll tell you what, one person I kind of want to give a shout out to, and that is honestly a very underrated road racer, I feel like, and that is Ray Bracey. Bojo up there running in the 8th position right there, just in front of Seth Rawls. Rawls is also very good at the road courses, and so is Leighton Norgard. A lot of experience and a lot of skillful drivers right here in the top 10.
Yeah, Ray Bracey spends a lot of time with his YouTube channel, creating quick shifts for a bunch of different series and races he does on. He's done a couple on Elite itself. I think he's done one, Watkins Glen at Xfinity. That's a really good one to watch. So shout out to old Bojo Ray Bracey for the content that he does.
Yeah, and one thing I've noticed about Ray too is that he's always trying to get some seat time on these road courses, whether it's in the trucks, whether it's in the Grand National cars, or whether it's in the Belly Up Sports Cup Series cars. He's always trying to put in the time and the seat time in to work on his craft at these particular racetracks.
Well, from one Wally racing driver, Bojo, to another, Michael Klein had an issue on lap number 8. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened to Mike. Oh, wow. He went off track a little bit before that. Go back just a little bit more. Yeah.
Just a little bit more. We'll see what happened. So, looked like he... Looked like he just cooked it in the left-hand corner. You know, like I said, these rear tire management is going to be very crucial. And as we're starting to get more laps on these tires, it's going to be very, very difficult to keep these trucks under control. Very easy to overcook it into a corner, especially those medium speed corners up in the first part of the track.
So he's down there running currently in 31st. Still in the lead lap though, but he's lost a lot of track position. Speaking of track position, let's go ahead and pull up the track map, get a quick glimpse as to where these guys are and see where the rest of the field is. So they are right over here. Right there. We clear that. There you go. Right here.
Right. Yeah, right there. They're entering into turn 10 right now, the right-hander, as they're about to head into the heavy braking zone at turn 11. Fode's still leading. Bourne is still on his back bumper, but I could see Tate Lytle starting to creep in there a little bit. I mean, he's just slowly starting to creep his way into this picture right here. Maybe trying to save a little bit of some tires. Who knows?
Take a look at his lap times recently. Tate Lytle has been outperforming Bourne, and I believe Bourne has also been outperforming Fode. So yeah, Tate Lytle has been kind of running down both Bourne and Fode there. So it's a TTT battle there for the top three.
Absolutely. Maybe Fode might be struggling a little bit on his tires, or maybe he might be trying to do a little bit of some tire saving mode, as we actually have a lap truck they're coming up onto right now.
I believe that's Randy McAvoy.
Yeah, Randy ducks to the inside, gives the leader space to race as they head down here into turn 7. I could see that Tate was able to get onto the apex of that corner just a little bit better than
Dusty Dragon 2 are having an issue.
Yeah,
Jay
somebody
and
went off
is
track
also
right
having
there.
An issue, yeah. I lost my camera feed for a second by selecting Dusty. Let's take a look. I think this is a multi-car issue. Did not mean to do that. I got the Mark J. Robotis. It's a replay as, excuse me, that's the wrong person I clicked on. Here we go. Jaden Rosmus, who also has a meatball flag for what happened. Oh. There's Dusty too. Oh no, contact.
Oh, that was so unfortunate right there. Definitely a huge amount of contact between him and Jaden Racines. It looked like, you know what I think was going on? I think Connor was having a look down there on the 32, and it may have spooked Dusty into overshooting the corner and running into the back of the one.
That may very well be just what happened, but unfortunately, that has destroyed the one's truck, and he's down in pit road getting that repaired. He got a meatball flag, and a simple mistake like that has taken a driver out of contention.
Yeah, and it looks like Dusty might have taken it down to pit road too. The 61 had a look down there at the 40, but still nose to tail. Fode's still right there, but Bourne might be able to make a move right here into the S's, or possibly down into turn 11 if he can get a good exit off of turn 10. But it looks like Fode was able to gap him right there a little bit. As we go through turn 10 right now, yeah, Fode was able to gap him off the corner there, and looks like 61's probably going to be a little bit too far back to make a move. He drives it in there, though. He's right on the back bumper still. But Fode powers off that turn 11 and holds on to the lead. Tate Lytle still pounding back there. But look at Matt Gruenberg. Gruenberg is just starting to slowly make his way into this fight, too. It's about to be a 4-truck race for the lead here pretty soon.
Never want to count out Matt Gruenberg, the AVPW driver, as I believe. Oh, no, he did not. It's just a little glitch on my telemetry. I just showed the driver they got off track, but it looks like iRacing has corrected that issue.
Absolutely. And meanwhile, Gruenberg currently leading the rookie points here in the Stay Tuned Sports Truck Series. He's starting to slowly creep up, like I said.
Tom Borg going out there, almost smacking that tire barrier. I think that's the closest I've seen. He got a little loose section in the corner. Good recovery.
Yeah, that was a good recovery. That could have been a loop around right there, and you lose 2 positions. But he held on to it, held his position, and is still fairly close to Fode despite that mistake. Going into turn 10, it looks like he might be under attack here from Tate Lytle. We'll see what Lytle has to do right here. Looks like he's not going to try to have a look or anything. He's just going to stay tucked up right behind. But, oh, it looked like the 61 missed the apex of that turn 11 a little bit. Was not on the curb at all. And that cost him a little bit of time to the 40 and to the 56 as well.
Jaden Rosimus black flag or meatball flag has been cleared, so hopefully we'll see him exiting pit road as the 56 overdrives it, gets in the dirt. He's going to lose not a position, but he has lost a significant amount of time to the top two. Well, maybe not significant, lost some time, but yeah, he just cooked it a little bit.
He lost about a second right there as they try to pass the lap car of the 06.
Yeah, that's actually the 05 Michael Clean. Those tires are still, yeah, those tires are still a little too hot there, Tate.
Wow, that was mere inches away from possibly being a disaster for Tate Lytle, but he hangs on to it. But now he's under attack from Matt Gruenberg as the top two have started to get away from Tate Lytle.
Yeah, you really want to avoid that that type of deal where you cook your tires and you just don't. Whoa!
61 coming into the pits hot.
Oh no, he smashed the outside wall.
Oh no! Just went in too hot right there and took a little bit of a hit to the wall.
May still be okay. No black flag. Just the question is how much damage does he have? As he just sent it in there. As for those of you who don't know, Sonoma doesn't have their timing line going into effect until after you get into after you straighten out. So all that wasn't speeding. He doesn't have a black flag for speeding because he wasn't being timed until after he slowed things down. So that is very effective, and we've seen drivers do this before. I don't believe that in real life. I think they changed it now so that it starts where the wall begins. But good clean stop. As the only question is maybe did he damage that car a little too much? It does look bad.
Yeah.
It did look bad in the initial viewing, but we'll see how he performs. Didn't stay. If he does have any damage, he did not stay to get it repaired. Send it in there, and it looks like it's stuck.
Absolutely. We'll have to see what kind of damage he may have gotten out of that. But just want to follow up with the incident between the 32 of Dustin Dewar and the one of Jaden Racimus. Race Control has issued a tally on the 32 for the contact.
I don't think anybody's going to be arguing that one for sure.
Meanwhile, looks like we got.
It's funny. This was already prepared. This was not a. This was already prepared. Sorry, 32, that your name was already shown up there.
Well, it was a late call. It was a late call on us. So but regardless, tally on the 32 right there, which is it's unfortunate. But looks like we got a 4-truck race right here going on. We got that truck number 48. Looks. You know what? I honestly like that call by Tom Bourne to come in and take tires. A little bit of an undercut could be his opportunity. As we see, I believe Dave Carpenter may have looped it into the inside of turn 11.
Oh,
somebody did.
I don't know if he did it now, but he has registered an issue on lap 15. So we can go back and see what happened. Actually, we may still be able to do it while we're on multicam. So right here at the bottom of the screen, take a look at the replay.
Maybe not the same. Yeah,
there he. Well, he looped it on the exit of the corner. This may not be the issue you were talking about, but this was an issue that got registered.
Yeah, I believe that was the issue that I managed to see. I just saw his truck come back up onto the track after looping it down in there. But very fortunate not to get anybody else involved right there. That was a huge pack of cars, or trucks, I should say.
I want to take a look and see where Tom Bourne is in comparison to the race leader. Tom Bourne is currently in 12th. He is 16.85 seconds behind the race leader. But I really expect I expect him to be making some time. Tire wear's a thing here. And take a look at his last time. He actually was faster, but only by a 1/10 of a second.
Well, you got to remember too, he's also having to deal with traffic, of drivers that haven't stopped yet. I mean, but it's a very bold call to try to to try to undercut, and it may work out like short-term wise, but as this race goes on, the tire wear is really gonna kick in for him. But I think it's a bold call, and it's probably gonna give him the lead over Fody once Fody makes his stop.
Yeah. So while things are starting to slow down here before the green flag pit stops fully start taking effect, I think let's go ahead and get ourselves paid by going through a couple of the sponsor reads. All right, let me go ahead and bring this up. Jess, if anything happens on track, do not be afraid to step on in and cut me off.
Do what you got to do, Carlos.
Right, well, first of all, I want to thank our Premier Series sponsors, Blue Egg Marketing. Rev up your business with Blue Egg, your marketing pit crew. Turbocharge your lead generation with experienced drivers that can navigate the competitive track to connecting with your customers. With Blue Egg, you're always in the pole position, leading your brand towards victory lane. Don't spin your wheels. Accelerate success with Blue Egg, fueling small businesses to win big. Also, thank you to Worldwide Technology Raceway. They are a motorsports racing facility in Madison, Illinois, just east of St. Louis. It features a 1.25-mile oval that hosts the NASCAR Cup Series, the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, and the NTT IndyCar Series. They also have a 2-mile infield road course used by the Speed Tour, Trans Am, SCCA, and the Porsche Club of America. There's also a quarter-mile NHRA-sanctioned drag strip that hosts the annual NHRA Camping World Drag Racing Series, Midwest Nationals events, and finally, they have the Carplex, a state-of-the-art karting facility. Thank you to 4D Racewares, makers of the ultimate sim racing shoes and custom apparel designed for sim racing by sim racers. 4D sim racing shoes are custom engineered to connect racers to the pedals in a way no other racing shoe can, and still provide all the comfort needed for those double and triple stints. Visit 4dracewear.com, that's the number 4, the letter D, racewear.com, and check out the original racing gloves for your feet. Thank you to the Stay Tuned Sports podcast for sponsoring the Stay Tuned Sports series, truck series, excuse me. They were started in 2016 by two friends, even though hating each other's teams, with the purpose of producing a sports show like no other. And Jess, I want to say, usually some of the best sports shows are when you have people who don't necessarily like the other person's teams. They wanted to create a show that would cover all major sports with a little bit of comedy mixed in. Stay Tuned Sports releases weekly episodes covering the NFL, the NHL, MLB, and even some college football. So if you're looking for some hot takes mixed in with some good ball busting, then this is the show for you. Stay Tuned Sports, your home for sports nonsense. Jess, how was that?
Very, very good, Carlos. Very, very good. While that was going on, I've been monitoring the 40 of Tyler Fody right here and looking at his lap times. He's definitely, you can tell the tire wear is there versus with Tom Bourne.
Oh yeah? Let's take a look. Tyler Fody's last lap was a 1 minute 19 second, 0.10. And where is Tom Bourne? Tom Bourne is still 12th, but he is over 2 seconds faster with a 117.84. Actually, it updated. It was a little bit faster before.
It's about a second and a half quicker than Tyler Fody right now. But at the moment, Tom Bourne is going to have to deal with some traffic right now. We got two trucks kind of racing side by side in front of him. That would be Jesse Racimus. He's racing for position while they were trying to get around the lap truck. And Bourne going around the outside of turn 4. That's a bold move, and he's going to... Oh, there's a little bit of contact.
Ooh, some would say
and
that was a
Bourne makes it
move.
worse. What a bold move there by Tom Bourne. But he was able to get the position despite a little bit of some contact right there.
Another
As
thing
we
of
go
note,
towards the
yeah,
Go
another
ahead.
thing of note, Tate Lytle, that last lap was half a second faster, or the previous lap was half a second faster. He's caught up to the back bumper, essentially, of Tyler Fody, as we have ourselves another battle for the lead here, and these drivers have yet to go down pit road.
Absolutely. It looks like Fody's starting to struggle a little bit on his tires right there. Tate doing a really good job trying to reel him in as Grunberg is starting to fall off of these two a little bit. He's over 5 seconds behind the leader. Next closest guy is Richie Hearn, 21 seconds behind.
All right, I'm trying to take a look and see if we missed any drivers going down pit road. Josh Adams went down pit road. He left with a 15-second pit stop, so it's pretty average. However, of note, Jaden Rosimas did go back out on pit road after getting his damage repaired and got involved in another incident. Went off track and decided, no, this truck is still not driving right, so it's taking it back down pit road to maybe get some more repairs and or load it into the hauler adds that he can't quite see. Normally we have an angle to what the teams are doing. There's a building that's
it looks like the one truck definitely loaded up on the hauler and called it a day. Very unfortunate situation there for Jaden. Just a victim of circumstances right there, and it's a very unfortunate. But that could happen at that braking zone there in turn 11.
Matt Hackathorn going down pit road.
Yep, Hackathorn down pit road. Maybe he may have probably smacked the wall a little bit right down there, but probably not as hard as Tom Bourne did when he came down pit road. But I definitely did hear some.
6 of Me Fine Machine off into the dirt. There on the second to last corner. He's going to recover, not lose too much time. But we saw you.
Meanwhile, Chris Wright and Tommy Ryan currently fighting for position right here as Tommy Ryan is right on the back bumper of that 8 truck.
Matt Hackathorn exiting pit road with a respectable 14.9 second pit stop. This passes the Porsche pace car. I believe that's a Porsche or is it a Rough?
They're pretty much the same car.
Yeah.
But yeah. So meanwhile, the leaders are still staying out on these old tires. It's a gamble to stay out there on those tires, especially with these drivers behind them starting to pit. And as we could see with the lap times with Tom Bourne, especially on new tires, you can cut about a second. Oh, that was a hard hit into the wall right there for Leighton Norgard as he was entering the pit road, but still keeps it clean. We'll have to see what kind of damage there may be to that 12 machine. But as I was alluding to, it's about a second to a second and a half lap of fall off on these tires, and the tires are really not that old compared. Like they're about probably 15, 20 laps old, like difference. So we'll have to see how long they stay out there. As you can see, Zach Evans also coming down pit road.
Yep, nice and clean. No issues for Zach. Last lap got into the gravel or the dirt just a little bit, but yeah, a little worrisome for the 12 of Leighton Norgard. Doesn't stay to repair any additional damage, so who knows, maybe just like Tom Bourne, all is good, because Tom's been running some fast lap times. He's not really slowing down at all, even with the lap traffic. So I think it's safe to say that damage that he had when he hit the outside wall, sending it in there, is very minimal, if it even affects him at all.
Yeah, as you can see, he just got around Ray Bracey for that 7th position, as he's going to try to set his sights on the next person, which would be Seth Rawls, about a little less than 3 seconds ahead of him, about 2.5. We'll see how quickly he can run him down right here, but as I said, he is still running consistently faster lap times than the leaders on his newer tires. Now, the big downside of that is when this race goes green, as you can see the 00 going around a slow truck. The downside to that is if this goes green, Fode's going to be on the fresh rubber come pay window time.
Yeah, and more than likely, all things considered, it will probably stay green. But it's just something that to keep in mind, because we do have race control, and they do have the power to throw a caution if 2 or more vehicles have been involved in incidents, they're blocking the path, or something similar. We've seen it happen in the past, and although these drivers are separated and it's less likely to happen, you just never know.
Yeah, well, and on top of that too, especially in like the first 2 sectors of the track, there's a lot of runoff for if things go wrong. So there's a good chance of drivers possibly going off the track when they have an issue or anything like that. So track blockage, I don't think will be a significant issue for this race.
Yeah, I don't think so.
As we can see a couple other drivers starting to peel onto pit road. Gerald Campbell has come down pit road. As we see other drivers, it's right now it's a mixed bag as who comes in and who doesn't. Regardless, everybody would have to make at least one stop in this race, and the fuel window is going to be about between 33, 36 laps. So we're within 10 laps of the pit window being open for the rest of the drivers and the other drivers coming down. We can see Matt Gruenberg has finished his stop. He is slotted out in position number 8.
And actually, Jeff, we need you to take over for a little bit because I take care of this small issue.
Yeah, no problem. As we can see that Tate Lytle is really hounding the back bumper of that 40 truck of Tyler Fode. These two have been running nose to tail for the most part for the last 5-10 laps, and Tate looking like he might try to size up a move on Fode, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen up here in the turn 1. Not a very good passing zone up here. He'll probably have to wait until about turn 7 or turn 11. But Fode's struggling with the handling of that car. Looks like both of them are struggling, but seems like Fode's struggling a little bit more as he tries to really attack the curbs to try to get as much speed out of this car, or out of this truck, I should say. But Tate's still hanging on there as we see a battle for position between Michael Hosek and Jeff Green. Currently, Jeff Green has that position as a car peels down pit road. I believe that is the 47 of Sam Boutwell. Matt Hackathorn back there with Joe Francis behind him, looking to chase down Leighton Norgard. I believe these two trucks, I'm not sure about Francis, but I know Matt Hackathorn just came down pit road for tires. So it'll be interesting to see how he handles that.
Yeah, Jess, don't worry about that. It's a black screen on your end, but it's still all good for the people watching. As Tate Lytle has gone down pit road.
As you can see, Tate Lytle down pit road, and somebody looped it on the exit of turn 11.
I believe that was Michael Klein who has looped it. Let's see if we can look at that. I'm going to pause what I'm doing. Here we go. Let's take a look and see what happened to Michael Klein as Tate Lytle and Ray Bracey also went down pit road. Here we go on the final corner. A little too much beans in the corner.
A little bit too much, and like I've alluded to throughout the course of the broadcast, definitely very easy to get those rear tires crying for grip, and Michael Klein learned that the hard way. As Tate Lytle was able to feed out to about he only lost one position, but as you can see, that is a pure example of the undercut working for Jason Bourne, for not Jason Bourne, but Tom Bourne. I don't know why it's Jason Bourne.
Who is that?
Good question, very good question. But yeah, Bourne looking like he's gained about 5.5 seconds on Tate Lytle just by that undercut. But then again, Tate Lytle's going to have the fresher tires right here as this stint goes on, and we're approaching. We're about halfway through the race, so we got about 25 laps to go, 26 or 23 laps to go. We're just past halfway, I should say.
Yeah, this race is going to go by pretty quick.
It has gone by pretty quick, but that's the beauty of not having any cautions. And as we can see, Tom Bourne currently leading this race as Fody has come down pit road as well. Fody lost the position to Tate Lytle by staying out just that little bit longer. So it'll be interesting to see, but like Lytle's already starting to close on Tom Bourne. He's already cut about 2 seconds off of Bourne's lead. As Fody tries to work around the 05 of Michael Klein. He's still on the back bumper of Tate. He might be like he's only got like 1 or 2 lap fresher tires, so he'll still be able to keep pace with Tate right here. But I still feel like at this road course, track position is key. But they're gonna catch Bourne here pretty quickly. As someone's had it off in turn 1.
That's Josh Adams, already 1 lap down, and it's, his night is getting a little bit harder.
Looks like he keeps it going. We're still green. Nobody else looked like they were involved in that.
71 and Tom Bourne in a 61 both went off track just a little bit. They'll both be good to go though. It's no harm, no foul for both of them.
No harm, no foul at all. And Bourne's gonna start looking to set his sights on trying to get away from Tate Lytle, as Lytle and Fody are starting to battle for position right here, going through the S's. Both of them just on the curbs, trying to find all the grip they can get to get around this track as quickly as possible. And it looks like the lead has somewhat stabilized as Lytle takes it defensive and Fody has a look down low. They're side by side, little bit of contact in there. Fody is there, still side by side off of turn 11. Neither one of these drivers are going to try to give up that position. This could be for potentially net race win, or at least have a chance to go after Bourne, as they're still side by side as they enter into turn 1. This is a very risky move. Oh, so close. But he gets a little bit loose off of that corner, has to back out of it, and Tate Lytle hangs onto that spot.
Oh, he was wheeling that truck, trying to make sure he could still stay side by side with Lytle. Didn't work out, as it's now Tom, Tate, and Tyler, your 3 T's, in the top 3 right now.
Yeah, as looks like Fody might try to have a look down there as Hossig's back down pit road. Fody looked like he may have possibly had a look down there into turn 7, but decides to think better of it. Now he's going to try to attack him again through the S's and try to get set up for turn 11 once again.
Take a look at your current pit stop length, and you see Bourne with the outlier strategy of pitting after lap 15 and trying to go the rest of the
Oh, Fody has a look underneath Tate. Not quite there yet.
36 laps remaining here. He's Bourne, I think he's going to try to stretch at 36 laps, which should be the most that they can do. So if a caution comes out, I think everybody's going to go down. Well, I don't know if everyone's going to go down pit road. I think Bourne is screwed if a caution does come out. But realistically, it probably won't. But yeah, right now, Fody does have the fresher tires between the top 3 T's.
Ever so slightly.
Just that 1 lap, which, you know, could be a lot at this track. But yeah, it's just a matter of, did Bourne stretch out his lead long enough? The 20 laps remaining, I don't think that's the case. I think Tate and Tyler are still close enough that the lead that he has is not going to matter.
They still have a significant tire advantage right here. Now, granted, it's going to start, the lap time difference is going to start tapering off as this run goes on, but I think overall they're still going to be in the best shot to try to win this race. Those two, Tate Lytle and Tyler Fody, as Fody just getting on those curbs, trying to find a way to get around those corners. As he's going to try to have another little look there at Tate Lytle, nothing there. This is this hard battling between the two of them is not exactly helping either one of their cases either in this win, as Tom Bourne has stabilized his lead between the two.
I'm trying to see what else going on the track as these guys continue to battle for that position. Go ahead.
Everybody for the most part is pretty much still spread out. Not a lot of battling going on. I mean, we got Gerald Campbell, we got Leighton Norgard, we got Mac Hackathorn. They're running nose to tail. A little bit of some separation between the two of them.
Let's take a little bit of time and kind of like shout out the drivers who have currently been moving up a lot throughout the race. And I'm not really seeing any driver on the double digits in terms of position gain, but we do have a tie for the time being for the drivers who have moved up, improved the most in this race. Starting with 11th place driver Tommy Ryan from Unacceptable Racing so far with 19 laps to go, plus 8 positions. Doing a great job, currently in 11th and trying to get a top 10. As I don't know who that was. Another truck behind him went off track. That may have been Neil Rutt. So tied with him is Connor Thompson, who is currently 1 lap down. The Shift Esports driver, struggling all the way down in 25th, has improved 8 spots from where he started. But it's going to be a little harder for him to improve a couple more spots. But shout out to both of these drivers. Currently, your top most improved drivers from the start of the race. Neil Rutt in 3rd place as he just loses a couple of spots there. Excuse me, as he lets a couple trucks go by. Also a lap down, plus 6 from where he started.
Yeah, and one thing I want to make note though, even though we're 7, 8 rounds into this season, one thing I want to make note is a couple of bubble drivers on that playoff bubble. Matt Hackathorn, we got Seth Rawls, we got Richard Hurd. They're all having good days today so far. We got Rawls in 5th, Hearn in 6th, and Hackathorn in 9th. Gerald Campbell, I would consider another playoff bubble driver right there. He's running 7th. So the bubble drivers, they're out there maximizing their points on a very difficult track.
Track temperature has cooled from the start of the race. Remember, it was a beautiful 111 degrees track temperature, 111 degrees Fahrenheit track temperature. My goodness, would it be horrible if that was Celsius. It's now down to 103 degrees Fahrenheit. So, Jess,
meanwhile, we got the Jaws theme playing right now in the background right there as Tate Lytle is closing in on Tom Bourne along with Tyler Fody.
Yeah. It's a close battle indeed. The question is, who's going to make a mistake, or is there even going to be a mistake? Bourne, unfortunately, it's just too much time right now. That strategy did not work out like he probably wanted it to. But I gotta say, brilliant strategy call, as he did something else to the
Yeah, it's definitely very bold.
Oh!
It's getting really close up there. As Tate's still on the back bumper of Tom Bourne. He's going to size up a move right here in the entrance to 11. Just watch. As Bourne looks like he gets a little bit of a gap right there. Oh, Bourne really drove it in there. Kind of got off track just a teeny bit right there. But Tate's going to have a look down there. But Bourne closes the door on him.
Yeah, Tate didn't give the back bumper a little contact there. Although, who knows it. A couple more laps like that and there may be some contact out of frustration. But no contact there, clean, smooth, and you can see just how hard Tom is struggling on the exit of the corners. He pulls away a little bit on the entry in the middle, but he can't get that truck to rotate and get that drive off like his competitors behind him are doing.
Meanwhile, we got a battle for 9th place heating up just a little bit here between Matt Hackathorn and Ray Bracey. Probably throw in a Leighton Norgard for 8th position in that battle too. As Tate's having another look underboard. He's
contact
there.
Oh, more contact there between Tate Lytle and Tyler Fody.
They're side by side through the S's. This is not good. This is not good at all. Oh, he's around. Tyler Fody goes around. Him and Lytle made contact through the S's. I had a feeling that was going to happen, Carl. I had a feeling that was going to happen. Probably a huge.
Yeah, tonight's pole sitter having issues with the 16 laps remaining. Also, Zach Evans will take a look at Tyler Fody's issues first. What happened here? See, the 56 just hit that corner just a little weird, and the 48 sent it in there completely. Sorry, not the 40, the 40.
Yeah, I think Tyler was already bent out of shape before they even made contact. Honestly, it's like I think it just boils down to two drivers going for the same piece of real estate on the track. Me personally, I think that's just really, really hard racing.
Here's on the gyro camera. Here you see the 56. Yeah, I just think that, you know, you're going too wide on the S's. A section you're not really supposed to be going too wide in. They've made it work before, but unfortunately this time by Tyler Fody got the tough breaks there.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate for Fody. He's still sitting
third.
P3.
Yeah, he didn't lose a spot. He, of course, Matt Gruenberg is right behind him. You see Matt right there, the yellow and black machine, the Premier Motors Premier sponsorship there. So he's, you know, not in a good spot, especially those tires have been blown now. But yeah, so let's take a look. Also, what's up?
I was gonna say, but definitely Fody's chance at the win, unless we have a caution, is pretty much almost non-existent.
That's true. And Tom Bourne holding his own against Tate Lato so far. All right, here's what happened to Zach Evans just before that incident with the two T's. Zach Evans going into the corner right in front of the leaders, and actually doesn't have an issue at all per se. Just,
I think he was just just trying to get out of the way of the leaders right there and try to not interfere with their battle.
Oh, but he had a front row view on what happened there. Look at that from Zach Evans' view.
Yes, he did. Very fortunate that Fody actually spun off track right there, because probably would have been nowhere for him to go except into the grass.
Additionally, Josh Adams also had an issue there, going into the second to last corner.
Oh, and just carried too much in there.
A little besito there in the front to those tire barriers.
And meanwhile, up front, Tate Lytle is pounding on the back bumper of Tom Bourne once again. Now that he technically doesn't have to worry about Fody anymore, he can go after this 61 truck.
Yeah, and the gap that Bourne has to Fody is going to help him secure at least that second place position, unless contact between him and Lytle change things otherwise. But as Lytle barely scrapes the outside wall there, trying to get the most arc into that first corner.
Yeah, definitely. You're trying to carry as much speed through these corners to maximize your lap time. That's nothing Tate's doing wrong there, except hitting the wall.
The way I see it right now, this is Tate Lytle's race to lose. He's got the fresh tire advantage to Bourne. Bourne is fast, but I think Tate has the tire advantage that's going to help him overcome this. Tate needs to be careful. You can't go out there and try to run every single lap and you know, kind of put himself in harm's way, because that's going to throw away your race. All it takes is one drastic mistake. You mess up the corners, you slide the tires, you build up heat and pressure on those tires, and the next thing you know is you start getting hot and heat in the car, and you start making more mistakes because your tires, you don't allow them to cool off, and every single lap the tires get worse and worse, and you have less traction, and before you know it, it's white flag, and Bourne is not close enough to you for you to make a charge.
Yeah, definitely. And I'll tell you what, it's one thing to catch somebody, it's a whole nother thing to pass them as well. And I don't think Bourne is gonna just let Tate get by him that easily. I think he's gonna work really hard to try to keep Tate behind him. And honestly, with how much of a consistent pace he's showing on those older tires, he should. I think he has just almost as good of an opportunity to win this race as Tate Lytle does. As he gets loose up there, up at the top of the hill, they're coming up on a lap truck right there. Truck gets out of the way, lets them race it out, but Tate's going to probably have a look down here into turn 7. He does have a little look. Bourne goes defensive, a little overcooks the apex, both of them do. But looks like Bourne has a little bit of a gap opening up here as they go through the S's.
Yeah, Tate sending a fake charger attempt that unfortunately didn't really work out for Tate too much. As Tom took the bait as he overdrove the corner trying to protect it, but so did Tate. Tate overdrove it too. There you go.
Oh, that's really, really tight.
Oh, and Tom hit the wall.
He either hit the wall or got really loose off the corner, but Tate takes the lead.
One thing to note is that Tate did hit that those tire barriers on the inside of the corner.
It did look like he did, but it may have been a bit like of a neck code type of hit. I don't think there's any damage on that 56 truck. If he didn't hit it, it was really close.
Yeah, I don't see any damage for him. It's just you have to be careful with that because that will easily destroy the suspension in your vehicle. You know what, Jess? Do you want to look at a replay of that?
Yeah, let's have a look at that.
Sent it in there deep going into that corner, and he made it stick.
Yeah, he made it stick. Bourne tried to shut the door on him, but he was already there. And Bourne just in the driving line, he loses the grip. He doesn't. I don't think he hits the wall. He just doesn't have any grip. Like he's not in the line. He just gets up in the marbles and just causes a little bit of wheel spin. Those rear tires start shattering, and next thing you know, Tate's on by him.
That's exactly what happened. As Tate now, as you can clearly see the fresh tire advantage he has now. So he was holding back, trying to run to the back bumper of Bourne. Already 1.8, almost 2 seconds faster than Lytle. Tate is 2 seconds, almost 2 seconds faster than Tom Bourne. As that gap is just going to continue going. And unless we have a caution or Tate Lytle makes a mistake, this is his victory right here. He doesn't have any pressure both forward and back. So it's all going to be good to go. As Austin has had an issue here, I'm being shown. Let's see if we can take a look at what happened to Austin. The final corner. Did he give it too much bean tags in the corner?
He probably did. We'll see. Yeah, sure did.
Lake Norman Motorsports driver in the 60
That's
machine.
like 3 or 4 times that somebody has spun off the exit at turn 11 right there today.
Probably more than that. It's probably the 3rd or 4th time we've seen it. As the number 60, 1 lap down, currently in 20th. It's lost 6 positions from where he started tonight's race. As he's just trying to nurse this baby home. Shout out to Mark J. Robidas Photography for sponsoring the replays.
And as we're looking at Tate Lytle, it does look like the gap has started to stabilize between him and Tom Bourne just a little bit. Maybe Tate's just trying to manage the race and manage the tires as he has a little bit of a slide in there, but keeps it on the curb and keeps it on the apex and gets a good drive off. This could just be a little bit of race management right here for Tate. He has a solid lead. He doesn't have to push too hard. Granted, we still have, 9 laps to go?
Yeah.
Still, anything could happen in this race. This 9 laps at Sonoma, that's still quite a little bit to go. As we see here, the 48 of Matt Hackathorn still battling with trying to catch a Leighton Norgard. Ray Bracey's starting to creep into this battle just a little bit right here. Looked like the 48 had a little bit of a good exit off of turn 10 right there. Got a little bit closer. Takes a little bit of a wired line into turn 11. Tries to get that momentum and get that momentum off the corner. As Tate's starting to trim his lead out just a little bit more. He gained about a 10th there on that last lap.
Yeah, I think you nailed it. I think it's just Tate managing his stuff. He doesn't have to go out there and run qualifying laps. He just needs to make sure he brings that truck home safe. He needs to run just fast enough to not cause an issue for himself. As Hossack has gone around once again, final corner.
Looking at the tire tracks, that definitely looks like a too much beans moment right there from Michael Hossack.
As Enoch goes a lap down.
Yeah,
Tate Lytle passing a lot of these drivers like he's on easy mode. Let's go on the gyro cam here. As we just see, he's got a couple lap traffic up ahead. Let's just see how quickly and easily he navigates through them. This is where you definitely...
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, this is where you got to really be very patient with how you pass and everything like that. Of course, pretty much most of all the lap trucks are going to give you the line and try to give you the space. But ultimately, it's down to the leader to have the responsibility to overtake these lap trucks cleanly. And there's going to be times where you're not going to be able to pass them in the cleanest spots, like, for example, through the S's, which thankfully Tate is not having to deal with that right now. But yeah, you could definitely tell he is. I could definitely tell he is definitely trying to manage his race right now. He's not pushing the truck too hard. He's got a good cushion over Tom Bourne. I mean, at this point, you're pretty much in cruise mode. As we see, I believe that's Jeff Green that he's approaching to put a lap down.
Yeah, Jeff Green going into tonight was 10th in points. And currently he's 14th, so not necessarily the race that he wanted to have, but he's still running up there.
Yeah, as he pulls over to the left side and gives Tate a little bit of room. Tate had a little bit of wheel spin right there, but nothing too crazy. He still is managing to keep that thing on the track. As Bourne was able to gain a little bit on him as Tate Lytle was having to deal with some lap trucks.
Oh, it's close. I think
We
Bourne
see
almost hit that tire barrier. But he's all good as he's trying to pass Jeff Green right there.
Yeah, that's a very bad spot to catch a lap truck right there is on the exit of turn 7.
Yeah, you saw how much time he lost.
Yeah, he lost about a half a second at least, about 3/4 of a second. Like, because it just, especially with him being offline, it just kills your grip off the corner. You're not in the driving line. You lose the traction trying to get back to the gas. Not the ideal racing line he had to take there to pass Jeff Green.
Oh no, that's the same issue we had, like I think a lap or 2 ago, so I apologize. I thought Hossack had spun handicap, but is not the case. 13 drivers on the lead lap. Joe Francis currently with front end damage. I didn't even notice that. I wonder when that happened. As he's trying to keep his the dream alive and trying to not finish one lap down. As the leaders are close enough, I think they're going to get to him though. But with 6 laps remaining, only 13 drivers on the lead lap.
Absolutely, as we just saw there just a moment ago, it looked like Leighton Norgard and Matt Hackathorn, that battle for the 8th spot, looking like it's starting to heat up just a little bit. You know, Hackathorn keeping them honest, Ray Bracey's keeping both of them honest. As Hackathorn goes a little bit wide, gets a slightly better exit off that corner. But Leighton Norgard's still holding strong in position number 8.
Who else could be close to each other? Do you want to note the 48 and the 12 still battling close to each? Oh no! Hearn has smacked that wall.
Oh no! He was running in the 5th spot too.
Has not been passed by Rawls.
He has been passed by Rawls. Looks like he only, like, I don't know how much damage he has on that truck though. It looks
Look at
like
that front end. That is crapping.
Yeah, he has a little bit of wheel damage. That toe is knocked out.
That is not a little. That's a lot. I am not seeing a black flag showing up here, and I do get these notifications. Oh my God! That how is that car still? How do you not have a meatball flag for that?
Yeah, he definitely doesn't have a meatball flag, but I guess it's still drivable. It's clearly still drivable, and he's staying out there. He's not coming to pit road to fix that damage, so he's gonna try to nurse this thing home. He could still finish in the top 10 if he manages his pace well, but it's going to be really hard to do with that damage. As you can see that Gerald Campbell is actually right on the back bumper of him. He might lose this spot to Gerald.
That tire wear is going to be extreme, and he can only pretty much make left-hand turns as he's just struggling on any right-hand sides, right-hand corner, especially that last corner. He struggled to get to the inside and stay there. So you got to keep an eye on Hearn, as he may be okay on the left corners, but the right side corners, that's the one thing he just cannot do right now.
Yeah, and it looked like Gerald Campbell may have had an issue at the top of the hill too. Not really sure. Probably trying to get by him, but yeah, just too much curb right there. Like just hit the tire barriers. That is probably the first time I've seen someone hit the tire barriers. I'll just want to make note of that. Yeah, just way too much. Just tried to get... I think hitting that curb the way he did probably did not help it at all for him, too.
Josh Adams have been involved in an issue. You got a meatball flag, too, so potentially race-ending issue here. Oh, too much gravy. He hit no barriers.
Definitely an unfortunate moment for
Oh,
Josh
no.
Adams.
That was the unfortunate moment right there. That's what gave him the meatball. That has killed his race. He has taken it to the garage. Josh Adams for Rubbing Racing Motorsports.
He actually looped it back around the inside of turn 11 to take it to the pit lane.
The risky move. Good thing iRacing is not throwing cautions there. Yeah, you can see that tire is not even connected to the ground sometimes.
Yeah, that's race-ending damage right there for Josh Adams.
3 laps to go here for Tate Lytle, who has already doubled the lead he had on board from a couple laps ago. No threat behind him. The only threat he has is himself and maybe lap traffic in front of him. And we saw earlier today. And a caution. Yeah. Saw earlier today in real life, one of the drivers had an issue while leading the race from a lap traffic.
Yeah, I heard about that one, but yeah, as Chris Wright is on the outside of him, and Tate just goes down low and passes him cleanly. Wright gives him the space. No harm, no foul.
11 drivers on the lead lap at the moment, and Tommy Ryan is that 11th driver.
I just want to point out, despite that hit to the wall by Richie Hearn, he is still running in the 6th position. Granted, he's not very far ahead of Gerald Campbell, as looks like he's still struggling for that. Depending on how damaged that front end is, it might actually be very beneficial to him. Probably not for tire wear, but definitely for how that truck handles. But you can see Gerald Campbell. Gerald smells blood in the water right here for this spot.
Man. No, I am telling you, Richie Hearn is struggling right now. This is a primarily right-handed.
Overcooked it.
This is a primarily right-handed corner racetrack. You're gonna have a lot more right hands than left hands, and Richie is he's struggling here right now.
Yeah, as Leighton Norgard goes by both Richie Hearn and Gerald Campbell for position number 6. So move that 12 car up to 6.
And goes Bracy, and around goes to 73. Almost.
He hold on to it.
That puts Ray Bracy in 9th and sends Richie Hearn from 5th all the way down to 10th. He needs to be careful because iRacing does have that accumulated damage model. So while that he doesn't have a meatball flag right now, any additional contact to that left front could result in a meatball flag.
Yeah. As we're coming around, Tate Lytle is entering turn number 11 right now, coming to take the white flag here in Sonoma.
Yep.
Gets through there cleanly.
Yeah, the white flag is coming out. You're going to see it right there. So we got ourselves the Whiplash Sim Cams white flag.
Final lap here at Sonoma for Tate Lytle, and all he has to do is just bring it home. As he exits turn 1, clean, very clean. No need to push it here. Just smooth sailing through here. Definitely a very, very strong run for Tate Lytle. Started, I believe, in the, correct me if I'm wrong, 3rd position.
Yep, that's correct.
Capitalized on some strategy blunders by maybe one of the dominant drivers. Had a little bit of an issue with Tyler Fode for position there earlier, but has held on, and it looks like he's going to have a commanding win right here in wine country. As he exits turn 10 into the hard braking zone 11, nice and tidy right here. Oh, a little bit loose there. Gets off the apex of the corner, but no big deal as his gap is over 5 seconds to Tom Bourne. And off of turn 11 to the checkered flag, it's going to be Tate Lytle getting the win here at Sonoma.
What a fantastic drive for Tate Lytle.
Tom Bourne finishes in the 2nd position as we're waiting around for Tyler Fode. 13 seconds behind. He finishes 3rd. Gruenberg is going to finish 4th. Seth Rawls is over 50 seconds back from where the leader is. and he is going to come through to try to score a very impressive P5 finish. That'll be a good haul of points for him as he tries to work his way into the playoff grid. And it looks like Gerald Campbell looks like there might be a little bit of a battle for 6th place between Campbell and Norgard. It's pretty close. Leighton Norgard's right there. Looked like Campbell might have overcooked it just a bit. Here comes Norgard underneath him. Side by side. Coming to the line. Wheel spin everywhere. But Gerald Campbell's going to hold on to that P6. Leighton Norgard 7, Matt Hackathorn 8, Ray Bracey 9th. And Richie Hearn, 9 seconds back from Ray Bracey, is going to take that damaged and wounded car to a 10th place finish.
Hey, listen, after all that, finishing in the top 10 is still fantastic.
I'll give it to that. I'll give him that one. But he's probably still going to be thinking what could have been, because he's one of those bubble drivers along with Seth Rawls and Campbell, and could have been able to at least had some damage limitation and finishing in 5th place. But still a solid run despite that, as Tate Lytle's doing victory burnouts right here on the front stretch.
Congratulations are in order for Pro Edge Racing as Tate Lytle gets himself a dub here in Sonoma. Now the question is, Jess, I gotta ask you, is he a dry wine drinker or a sweet wine drinker?
That's going to be a really good question to ask him right there. I'll give you that one.
Oh, he's gonna go for maximum air!
A little bit of post-race shenanigans right here.
All right, well, we're gonna go to commercial for a little bit so we get some more bills to be paid, and when we come back, we'll have hopefully a couple drivers that we can interview. So, Jess, what a race it has been. Let's go ahead and save our voices, and we'll be right back.
Since 2010, race fans have had one burning question. When will the Xfinity Series return to Worldwide Technology Raceway? You asked, NASCAR delivered. On Saturday, September 6, 2025, the magic is back. We're going to introduce you to a new crop of future champions and Hall of Famers, and we'll create more of the greatest moments in racing history. Go to www.raceway.com for the hottest ticket of the year. 3 years of sellout crowds, 3 years of edge-of-your-seat action, 3 years of jaw-dropping finishes. Worldwide Technology Raceway has rocked the world of NASCAR, and now NASCAR is giving us another reason to celebrate. The 2025 NASCAR Cup Series Championship Playoffs are coming Sunday, September 7th, 2025. Go to www.raceway.com for the hottest ticket of the year.
Alrighty, welcome back to Wine Country right here as we just finished 51 laps of the Stay Tuned Sports Truck Series at Sonoma with Tate Lytle as the winner of this race. Currently, he's the only one in the waiting room right now. So, honestly, Carlos, what did you think about the race overall? Before we talk to all of our drivers.
We'll give him a little bit more time. As actually, we also need to go over the race results. But this has been a very clean, fun race. We saw strategy kind of play out. Tom Byrne being very aggressive with his strategy, pitting as soon as that window opened. Didn't work out for him fully. He still finished a respectable 5 seconds behind Tate Lytle. But the real drama point was contact between Tate Lytle and Tyler Fode in the S's while they were still trying to battle and get past Tom. So that was the I wouldn't say controversial, but that was like the climax of the battle that was going on here as Tyler Fode was on the inside. I think overcooked it going to the corner, made contact with Tate, and around went Tyler. Thankfully, because of the massive lead they had over the other drivers, didn't really lose a spot. Just lost a lot of time there, and with no caution coming out here tonight, ended up being the deciding factor on Tyler's race and finishing in third. But let's go over the race results. Let me go ahead and bring it on up. Okay, here it is. Race results. There it is. Tate Lytle getting tonight's victory. Of course, we talked about that. We talked about your top three drivers. Tom Byrne in second, Tyler Fode third. Matt Gruenberg held strong, finished fourth. Wasn't the highest finishing rookie this season, but this race, but he still should be leading those points. Seth Rawls, a respectable fifth place finish for Shift Esports. Cheryl Campbell sixth. Leighton Norgard in seventh. Matt Hackathorn, another respectable 8th place finish. Ray Bracey, shout out to Bojo, getting himself a top 10. And Richie Hearn, we saw him hit that tire barrier real hard. Surprisingly, not have a meatball flag for that, as we could all see how bent out of shape that left front wheel was. Got himself a 10th place finish. Tommy Ryan in 11th. Chris Wright in 12th. Joe Francis finishing in 13th. Michael Hossack 14th. Jeff Green ended up getting himself a 15th place finish. Jess, continue for me.
Yeah, Gavin Higgins finished in 16th. A lot of quiet nights here. Zach Evans 17th. Dylan Javier in P18. Austin in P19. I'm gonna get it right one of those days. But Dave Carpenter rounding out the top 20. Jordan McAvoy 21st. Jeff Ryan 22nd. Connor Thompson 23rd. Neil Rutt 24th. Sam Boutwell 25th, and we're approaching the drivers. I had a bunch of issues tonight. Josh Adams 26th. Jesse Racimus 27th. Michael Klein 28th. Mitchell Javier 29th. Randy McAvoy in 30th. Jaden Racimus finished 31st tonight. Dustin Dewar in 32nd. Andrew Hartcastle rounded out the field in this finishing order.
Excuse me. Excuse me, I'm so sorry, as I had an issue there myself, and that should do it for all the drivers. Yeah, 33 drivers tonight. We had 3 DNFs, unfortunately. Those are Razimus, Dewar, and Hardcastle, but a lot of good, clean, fun racing all throughout. All right, so
yeah. I'm looking in the waiting room right now, and it still looks like that Tate's the only one in here. So what do you say we go ahead and bring him in?
Let's go ahead and bring it in. Let's get ourselves an early night here tonight. So Jess, believe you here have caught up with tonight's race-winning Tate Lytle. Take it away.
Tate Lytle, what an awesome win for you tonight. Started from 3rd position, worked your way up there, kept both Tom Byrne and Tyler Fode honest through strategy and everything like that. Tell us about your race tonight.
I knew it was going to be a tire deal, so I really kind of just hung out the first 10-15 laps to try and have something for him at the end of the run, and I was able to catch Fode. I'd fall back a second because the lap cars or something. I could catch him like it was nothing, but there was just no way to get around him. I feel like he was a tiny bit better than me in the braking zones. I felt like I was better than him in the rhythm sections, but that didn't really help me a whole lot because not really going to be able to pass someone in the rhythm sections. So I figured if I could get in before him, I was kind of expecting him to pit when I pit, but was able to get in there a lap ahead of him. Honestly, had one of the sloppiest out laps ever, and was still able to get in front of him. And then was trying to make a clean pass on Tom. He was making it hard, chopping my nose off on entry, blocking, and Fody was able to get beside me, and there was just no way both of us were going to be able to make it through the S's side by side, and I think we both knew that neither of us could lift either, because whoever ended up behind the other at that point was probably going to finish behind the other, and unfortunately spun him around, but could have just as easily been me. Thankfully for me it wasn't, but also feel bad that took Fody's chance away there, but it was a very opportunistic move, and I think that's just kind of how that goes in the S's. And then with Tom, was actually able to I had much better tires than he did. He was still able to put together a lap time, but he was a little slower out of turn 10 and was able to outbrake him into 11, and I think he must have wheel hopped and got up near the tires, because when I came off the corner he was quite a ways behind me. But yeah, I knew it was going to be fun. I love Sonoma. Enjoy racing with those guys. And glad we were able to put Days Gone By, Vintage Race Apparel in victory lane, so pretty cool deal.
I got you, and I believe Carlos may have a question for you as well.
Yeah, I have a question. Since we're in wine country, you a sweet wine guy or a dry wine?
I'll just drink a Coors Light, to be honest with you. I'm not drinking that.
Fair enough. So, before we let you go here, Tate, any shout-outs you want to give? Any sponsors you want to thank?
I already kind of shout out Days Gone By, but just Vintage Racing Apparel. Shout out to Tom and Fody for the fun racing. Obviously sucks that me and Fody doored each other there, but fun racing. It was tough to pass, but we were sliding around. It was a fun setup to drive. So yeah, shout out to really everyone that was racing up front.
Alrighty then. It was definitely a very exciting race to watch up here in the booth. Congratulations on the win, and go celebrate, buddy.
Hey, thanks, man.
All right, well, what a fantastic race it was, Jess. We already gave our thoughts about it. And, well, you got to prepare, because you have another fantastic race tomorrow. And why don't you talk about, very quickly, is what you're expecting that race is going to be like?
Honestly, I totally forgot about where we're going to go race tomorrow, but you know what? I'm just going to go at it the best I can. You know, I fully expect a lot of competitive people to go out there, and we'll just try to get the best position we can, you know. I mean, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, well, for tomorrow, we have the Mark J. Rabinus Photography Grand National Series at Iowa for the Iowa Corn 250. Check it out. Same time, same place. Almost same broadcast crew, as I'm going to be stepping away from the driver's seat into the producer's seat for, at the moment, the foreseeable future in this series. So that will be a fun thing to cover. So come tune in tomorrow for another fun series of racing. Thank you so much. And Jess, going to say goodnight to the fine people?
Absolutely, and like you said, Iowa tomorrow. I'm actually looking forward to that. Iowa is probably one of my best tracks. We're looking forward to that. But for tonight, thank you guys so much for joining us. For Carlos Acosta, I'm Jess Story. So long, everybody.